Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the reggae girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Denden Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now our captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the reggae girls out there. They ain't believing us. John did. Reggae girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm representing for the reggae girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the reggae girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica supporting it every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the town up on. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
My Talawers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning, all depends on where you are in the world. You know how it goes, guys. Do let me know if my background noise, in particular my TV, let me know if my TV is bothering you guys, and I'll make the necessary adjustments at any point during the show. First and foremost, I do want to apologize for my lateness. A few things happened that was a little bit out of my control. Initially, I don't even know why I am telling you guys this, but I think I should because I kept you guys waiting. So initially, as I was getting myself prepared to go live, I dislocated one of my fingers, and I was like panicking, trying to like put it back in sockets, and had a little breathing issues. I think it was because I was panicking. So then I managed to like put it back in socket, about to go live, and then the system was just not working. So two things: a dislocated finger and also technical issues. So again, slightly out of my control, but I do apologize. Hopefully it won't happen during the show, but if it does happen, I'm hoping that it doesn't. Usually I have like dislocated fingers anyways. It happens every now and then. It doesn't tend to happen back to back, but if it does happen again, then I'm going to, if you see me go that way, it's because I'm literally like trying to run my hand under some tap water. I was taught a little trick that when I dislocate my finger, rather than maybe calling for like help, I can just put it under cold water and it does the trick. So any of you out there that have like dislocated fingers like myself, double jointed fingers like myself, and it dislocates every now and then, I know how you feel, and one thing that works for me is cold water. Today or tonight, I should say, cold water weren't working, so I had to go with the hot water. But I am good. Miss the jersey from the background. Okay. Seems like you want me to bring back the jerseys. I'm working on my studio at the moment. I don't actually have any ideas. I do actually feel like I've outgrown the jerseys. So I'm kind of feeling like I should move away from the jerseys. I was thinking of maybe putting some jerseys up. Funny enough, different types of jerseys up in maybe like frames rather than having them like hanging up behind me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm more than happy to consider putting back up the jerseys since you guys like it. I personally think I've outgrown the jerseys, but if you guys want me to bring it back up, then I'll go ahead and do that for you. Before I forget my manners, very rude of me. Good evening, you guys there in the comment section. Mr. RR, how are you, sir? I know it hurt like hell. I was panicking. Father Bling, big up yourself. Chorus, up. I'm glad you're here. GFC Garvin. I think this might be the first time I've seen you in the comment section. Hopefully it won't be the last. WD Wizard. Good night to yourself. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been MIA. I've been here and there that I've been like leaving you guys on messages in my comment section in YouTube. I've been active on Instagram. You guys probably just haven't seen me do regular live streams on YouTube. But I'm back now. I'm back. I think I've gone past maybe 8+ live streams in the last actually more, maybe 10 or 11 live streams in the last 2 weeks or so. So we're looking good, guys. Just see what you guys are saying there, or Team Reggae Girls, Reggae Boys in the backdrop. I can say that I'm working on changing like a few things pertaining to like the assets. So the few things I'm working towards making a couple improvements to like the visuals on the platform. So those things should probably come into play towards the latter stages of this year, and ready for the new year. Hopefully God's willing, we will make it into 2025. Right, guys. So my brother, for context for tonight's live stream, I've been sitting on this piece of content for a good couple of weeks now, and the reason for that is just I've been massively snowed under, and I don't know if you guys know, but live streaming takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy, and because of the importance of tonight's live stream, I wanted to make sure that my energy was right. I wanted to make sure that I can set the right tempo to like deliver on what I think is a powerful message from Mr. Shamar Nicholson. Also, a good friend of mine was in the comment section for the Reggae Boys versus Honduras match, or I should say Honduras versus the Reggae Boys, because we were playing away. Mr. Mobe Guna, he said a comment that really caught my attention, and he said that, paraphrasing, that Shamar Nicholson is underrated. And I do believe that. I 100% believe that Shamar Nicholson is underrated. And I also believe that he is unappreciated as well. It's one thing being underrated, but I do believe he's unappreciated. And it just reminded me that I do need to give you guys this bit of content before my mind wanders and I get distracted and so on. Good night to yourself there, Cranky. I hope you are well. Guys, if you're not familiar with Cranky's channel, do head over and hit the subscribe button. From what I can see, I believe he covers Jamaica football. I'm not sure if he's going to do like other sports like your athletics or I don't know, Premier League and stuff like that. He's the man to ask, but from what I can see, it is Jamaica football, right? So do familiarize yourself with his platform. Okay. So let's just get right into it. I do think I've got everything up and running. But before I start, let's add some little touch base on Shamar Nicholson for those of you who aren't aware of the big man. I don't usually like touching or toying with Wiki, but Transfer Market has like so many different pop-ups, and I'm trying to avoid copyright violations. So maybe just for tonight only, we might have to just work with Wiki. And I'll have to just think of something more creative going forward. So a little bit of background insight there into the main focus of tonight's conversation. Again, Mr. Shamar Nicholson, Reggae Boys forward. His current club is Spartak Moscow. I'm sure you guys are aware of that if you do follow the Reggae Boys, that is. Spartak Moscow, for those of you who follow European football and maybe just football in general, you must be familiar with them. They are obviously a Russian Premier League club, a club that is familiar to many of you there who watch Premier League football and your Champions League. If there is ever a man to deliver the message that I'm about to share with you guys, I actually think that Shamar Nicholson, in hindsight, is the perfect fit for that. And the reason why I've decided to just pause temporarily to look at his career path is because the man himself has actually played across the board pertaining to Europe. Obviously, started off with Boys Town, that you can see there at the top of your screen, moved on subsequently to Damsel. I hope I pronounced their name right. They play in Slovenia. Subsequently, he then moved on to Charleroi. Now, Charleroi is a Belgian club club. And probably this is probably where the majority of you started following Shamar Nicholson's career, maybe because it was more accessible. And then he made the trip to Spartak Moscow, where he is currently playing his trade. Due to the obvious, I don't want to say the word because I feel like I might get a little bit of a ban, and I don't want that. But due to the obvious pertaining to his move to Clermont, we play in the French division here. Let me go ahead and click on their club for you. Here they are. You guys should be able to see this. This is like League 2 of French men's football. And so, as I said, Shamar Nicholson, he has played across the board. Right. So, my topic of conversation, I'm pretty sure you guys would have read my YouTube headline. Shamar Boza Nicholson taught Richard King and Kaheim Dixon a priceless lesson about lived racism. I don't know if some of you have been fortunate enough to not experience racism. If you are fortunate, then long may it continue for you. But if you are on the opposite side of that and you've gotten your taste of racism, be it casual racism, full-blown racism, or you're shopping while black, that's happened to myself, or the topic of tonight's conversation, dining while black. Yes, you heard that correctly, dining while black. Now, the conversation that took place between Shamar Nicholson, Kaheim Dixon, and Richard King, this one actually took place several weeks ago, as I said. Bear with me there, people. I'm trying to see if I can bring up something to do with Kaheim Dixon, so I want to change this temporarily. Just bear with me. Let me just bring up something to do with some info there in relation to Kaheim Dixon, because it will be relevant as I go through the show. Yes, you guys can see that. I'm going to leave that on screen. That actually looks really well. So as I said, tonight's conversation is obviously about racism and how it can affect our players. And as I said, the conversation there between Boza and Richard King and Kaheim Dixon, it was something that definitely caught my eyes and my ears. And straight away, I was just intrigued. I wanted to hear Boza, pretty much, in my opinion, educate our young reggae boys there. And it's slightly unusual to what we're used to. I think when we think of racism in football, or lived racism, we tend to look at the on-field abuse, because that's like the obvious one. And abuse can come from anywhere, really. It could be the opposing fans. In some cases, if you're unfortunate, that is, it sometimes does come from your own 12th man. Saying that to say, let me just stop waffling on. For me, Shamar Boza Nicholson continues to impress, right, guys? So the skilled forward from Rima recently showcased his leadership qualities once again. Now, I'm going to be dissecting into several different branches, and I want you guys to get active in the comment section, share your thoughts. I'm also going to be playing that conversation there between Boza and Dixon and King. So as I said, in a recent Instagram live session dating back to some weeks ago, Boza provided, in my opinion, an invaluable lesson on racial profiling to Jamaica's emerging talents, Kaheim Dixon and Richard King. Now, for me, guys, the conversation, I believe, serves as a reminder that even as professional athletes, they too can face judgment based on their appearance, highlighting the importance of dressing the part. Now, obviously, dressing appropriately might not eliminate racism. Definitely, that's a fact. But the insight that was shared by Boza, in my opinion, offered a learning opportunity for Dixon, King, and also young individuals who may encounter similar experiences related to the said topic. Now, there's many different credits that I could throw to towards Boza. I can give him multiple flowers. I'm going to try to do my best to pick up some things that's been on the back of in the back of my mind in relation to how best to summarize that conversation and how best to give him his flowers, because I definitely think that he deserves his flowers. If he had said something that was just so outrageous and controversial on that live stream, I'm pretty sure that he would have made headlines, because Jamaican people, when it comes to our football, negativity sells, and once it's about controversy, people are up in arms and they're vocal and they'll give you live stream that sometimes lasts 5-6 hours. Unfortunately for them, on this occasion, we're dealing with strictly positivity as it relates to the big man himself. Now, saying that to say, from what I gathered, and I'm going to allow you guys to share your own opinion, from what I gathered from that video there that I'm about to share with you guys, I believe it's like maybe roughly about 20 minutes watch, but I do think it does come with a body of important message that is definitely worth listening to. For me, Shamar Nicholson epitomized what it means to be focused on culture. So what I'm talking about is looking at the Jamaican culture as it relates to football, right? And also combining culture and being our brother's keeper. I don't think we see this quite often, but I am quite pleased that with someone like Shamar Nicholson, it's been quite visible, especially as it relates to Kaheim Dixon. So in summary, what you guys are going to see from Boza, yes, because it is him. He's known to have a playful, humorous side to him, but I believe the message in which he touches on isn't black and white. I think there's a conversation there, or I think the conversation I should say deserves a wider topic of discussion. And I think and I'm going to allow you guys to maybe say yes or no, but I believe I've listened to the live stream a number of times, and personally I believe that from what he was saying to those two youngsters there should be quotes printed and placed in the changing rooms of our underage age group. So that goes for the reggae girls and the reggae boys. The girls and the boys who are playing at a lower level to the men's and women's senior team. I definitely think that the message that he shared with King and Dixon should definitely be shared with those young talents there coming out of Jamaica who are emerging on their overseas career, because I do think that it's a potent message. And I will say this again, because I've looked at and listened to the live stream multiple times, that I strongly believe that if this was Saka that was speaking to young lions and he was the one that was delivering the message, I think that he would be all over traditional press and new media. But as I said, because it isn't controversial, far less, I believe, has been said about Boza and his lesson in session, or I should say his class in session. And a few things that I took away from that live stream, there is multiple layers. As I said, you can look at things like the unknown. You can look at things in hindsight, and that's why I've got Kaheim Dixon on screen for you guys. You could also draw connection to love and guidance, I should say. And also you could look at what a special player Shamar Nicholson is. And I think at certain points of that particular live stream, he was as direct as he could be. There was opportunity there for him to do something quite sinister, and he didn't. And that is what has drawn my attention to his live stream. And overall, again, looking at that live stream there, watching it over and over, I think that he has once again showcased his leadership qualities. And that's what you need in this current Reggae Boy senior team, now, the present, and going forward. I think you can showcase your leadership skills even without the armband. And I think he's definitely done that for these two youngsters. I think he's shown that he can be that captain without the armband, right? And I'm just backtracking over a couple of the things that I've said in terms to avoid any confusion. Sorry, I'm distracted by the comment section. Let me take my eyes off it. So as I said there, to avoid any confusion, in summary, in terms of the unknown, And that's why I've got Kaheim Dixon on screen for you guys there. In terms of the unknown, the message that is delivered by Boza, unless you have experienced dining while black, and dining while black probably doesn't mean anything to you guys until you listen to the context, until you listen to the live stream from Boza. And as I said, I'm going to give you guys that opportunity. Unless you have experienced dining while black, you probably think that, you know, he's blowing things out of proportion. But in reality, definitely if you live overseas, as someone who has been in that position, it is a very well-known experience, experience, I would say, by the many and not the few. And as it relates to Dixon and King, they probably, because they've spent the majority of their young careers so far in Jamaica, they're probably more likely to experience classism than racism. But I think, as I've said before, the conversation shared between Boza, King, and Dixon is definitely an invaluable one. Now, the reason why I've got Dixon on screen, for those of you who aren't aware, Dixon recently made a move to Charlton Athletic. Charlton Athletic obviously play their football here in England. Now, I actually saw this move and it definitely prompted me to go back and listen to that Shamar Nicholson conversation there with his two young brothers, Dixon and King. And I thought to myself, in hindsight, that conversation would have prepared Dixon for the unexpected, or at some point potentially helping him to avoid being racially profiled. Yes, I know there's certain things that we can't avoid, and you can dress the part, you can sound the part, you can look the part, but unfortunately there are some sinister people out there, and even if you are suited and booted, you may still be racially profiled. But I do think that that message there from Shamar Nicholson will be a message that is viewed in hindsight for the young Kaheim Dixon. Now, again, dissecting that conversation there's a few more positive things that I picked up on with Shamar Nicholson. I picked up on one of the best things to take away. One of my key takeaways from that conversation there was that abundance of love and guidance. And for me, it was a warming moment. It was a touching moment. It was sobering. It was unselfish. It was heartwarming. And it reminded me that, because I have these conversations with people from, you know, various walks of life, people who are migrate and, people who come from Jamaica, branch off into multiple different diasporas across the globe, not just here in the UK. And even they will tell you that the conversation that Boza had with those two young individuals, not even your own family would school you on what to expect when you travel overseas. And that's a fact. They might tell you, but given that we are who we are, given the community that we belong to, the chances of them telling you that, unless they're real good people with clean heart, your own family is not going to school you in the way that Boza schooled Dixon and also Richards, I should say. Saying that to say, as I said before, I do think that this does tell us what we need to know about Boza. A lot of the things that get said about him is just things that's just like, okay, so what, you hear about, oh, he's loud, he's this, he's that. And that's what kind of irks me about new media in particularly. Because if you can tell me that he is loud, then you can surely tell me when he's doing something that is applaudable. And that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight. As I said, if I haven't said it already, I believe that he's a special player for us. I think he's an asset to the next generation, the up and coming generation. I think he's an exceptional individual. And I think from what we see, he's clearly going out of his way to guide the next generation. He's passing on that baton exchange about being prompted to. And I think that does tell you about the purity of his character. When someone can go out their way and try and put their arms around you and be that big brother or big sister, it does tell me a lot about who they are as a person. Because I'm pretty sure you guys, when you listen to the interaction there, pretty sure you're going to agree with me that it's not for show, it's genuine. One thing I believe in life that you cannot fake is purity. I don't care how good of an actor you are, how good of an actress you are, I don't think that you can fake purity. And when I see him interacting with those two young individuals there, I do sense purity. I do sense that he means well and he wants well for them as well. Another thing I picked up on in that footage there was the directness of Shamar Nicholson's message. And I think, you know, it does remind me of personal moments as well. And I don't know about you guys in the comment section, but do you have any idea how great it feels to know that you have someone out there who has your best interest at heart? To know that there's someone out there that's looking for you and want you to taste success whilst they're also chasing similar dreams. I think it speaks volumes of the man, because not a lot of people would do that. And that's why it takes me back to my earlier point when I said opportunity. There was a clear opportunity there and I'm sure he's been in this position before, especially when he's traveling overseas with the national team and the young guys there. There's a clear opportunity there for him to be so sinister, and he has chosen not to do it. He could be as bad-minded as he could have displayed blind loyalty to these guys if he chose to, but he's actually gone and done the complete opposite. He could have, as I've said, purposely advised the young and the naive, and they will probably believe him because he's much older than them. He's a big brother to them, but he hasn't done that. He's done things in good faith, and that's what I've said earlier on in the stream, that I do see him as a leader and a captain without the armband. I do believe that he deserves to be praised. For me, as someone who lives overseas, as someone who has experienced different types of isms, so that is the racism, the sexism, the ageism. I love, a matter of fact, what Shamar Nicholson done, because for me, I say to myself, you know, what is the purpose of lived experiences if you're not willing to share it with those who need it? You know, if you're not trying to help the next generation based off things that you have learned, then what is your real purpose? Like, what are you all about? And I think, in essence, upon reflection, I also believe that he is genuinely trying to save them from being embarrassed or being humiliated, because it can get ugly in Europe, guys, or even elsewhere in the world. When you leave Jamaica, it can get extremely ugly. The casual racism, the everyday racism. As I said, shopping while black. I don't know if you guys know what that means, to shop while black. Let me give you an example. Even me, how you see me on screen is how you see me in real life. So I might just walk into a shop and the security guard is following me. I'm like, why the hell are you following me? Like, I'm not a thief, but because I'm black, you're assuming that I'm here to steal something. So that's what I mean when I say shopping while black. It could just be a quick trip to the shop, and it does kind of put doubts in your mind, because somebody who is weak-minded and young might say to themselves, what am I doing wrong? And might try to make altercations to their character, might try to look differently, might try to speak differently, might try to walk differently. But I know that the issue isn't with me, but a young Dixon or a young Richard or a young whoever that's coming up and coming overseas might not be as strong-minded as myself, and they might actually fall into an unfortunate trap. It's not the first time that I've seen Boza display his leadership skills. I think one of the times, one of the most potent reminders comes all the way back from, let me see if I can get this right, from the Canada game. Paraphrasing, I'm certain I heard him say when he did another Instagram live, funny enough, that he went into the changing room. This is when we was in Canada, CONCACAF Nations League. He went into the changing room, and I believe he shook things up. I think he actually gave his teammates the Fergie hair dryer treatment. And I thought to myself, that's what you want. That's what you want. You want players who can grab the game by the scruff of the neck, both off and on the field of play. And hearing him say that he went into, and I'm pretty sure that he did, correct me in the comment section, guys, if I'm making things up, but I'm certain I heard him say that he went into that changing room and he gave them the hair dryer treatment. He didn't say the hair dryer treatment, but if you watch football, you definitely know what the hair dryer treatment is all about, right? So that's why I say that Personally, I believe that from what we've seen of Shamar Nicholson, his interaction with the younger generation, stepping up when it matters, we've seen what he did against Canada. This guy comes from the tropics, and he went all the way over to Canada in the blistering cold of his teammates and looked them dead in the eye, point blank, and told them that you, Canada, you are cold, but me, Shamar, Boza, Nicholson, and Jamaica, we are colder. So that's what I mean when I say that he is the captain without the armband. I don't want no one going off and making up their own little versions. I'm not saying that Blakey isn't the captain or that Blakey shouldn't be the captain. I know some of you like to hear what you want to hear. I'm actually a fan of Blakey. I think he's a top-class goalkeeper. I'm not asking for the captain's armband to be stripped. Don't make up your own versions of what I'm saying. But what I am saying, I'll double down, triple down if I have to. I believe that Boza, without a shadow of a doubt, is a captain without the armband. He is a leader, and he is the truth to these young up-and-coming reggae boys. I am going to go ahead and play that live stream for you guys. I was really getting distracted by the comment section, but yeah, someone said heart. Right, I'm going to go ahead and play that live stream for you guys, all right, because I feel like I'm just talking far too much. And then after that we can go ahead and maybe talk some more about Mr. Boza, Mr. Shamar Nicholson.
The youth them been up on the local man of the yeah. Yeah.
You guys can hear it, right? Let me know in the comment section if you can't hear the video in front of you, the video on screen. And if you can't, then I will obviously make the necessary adjustments, okay? Make yourself comfortable. This one is close to 20 minutes, so do go out there and put your feet up if you're at home. If you're out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed, all right?
This is a live, yeah. The amount of scream record going on the live, yeah. See, I want to dance now, go on. You get what you? No, I will tell me. And it's a live, yeah. Press so scream record upon this. I tell you. Yeah, think them ramp. Just when you say something for make this media, yeah. Shamar Nicholson said this. Richard King said this. Kaheim, Sleepy Joe said this. Be this and be that. Controversy. Yeah, you soon hear what women say. What them say, what me say, no. Yeah. I never what me say, I what them say, what me say. Yeah, but I be a love with spirit. Them thing the from my skin, you know. What? The roller. Believe and you shall receive. Yes, sir. Oh, dear Lord, fear. King. You have a with it? I got a restaurant, man. Alright? Man can't wear a shirt. Eh? Him carrying a t-shirt for a shirt, a button up a proper thing, eh?
I'm sorry, I had to pause the video. That's another one. Driving while black. So we've got dining while black, which is what Shamar Nicholson's about to touch on. You can hear he's asking Richard King about his attire. What outfit does he have? So do listen carefully. I've already told you guys about shopping while black. Has just mentioned driving while black, and Shamar Nicholson's going to talk to you about dining while black. So do listen keenly, okay?
Yeah, man. That would you know, if you have a classic beat, you can't hear this Gans here. You have to have a fit for the occasion, then, bro. Yeah, you have a fit for the occasion, then, bro. You have to prepare, like. You have to prepare, you can't go to this. You can't go to this cut off with pants everywhere, bro. You have to have on the style pants here. Damn, big up yourself, my G. I want to tell you, man, one flourish. Don't forget the food, them too. Big up a restaurant in the youth. Yeah. Flourish. Big up. Tell him on the pa. Yeah, if you know so much. Yasso, you have this beat, you have Yasso. Yasso, you have this beat, you have Yasso. Alright? Alright. That's why you're forward. Where the shirt there? Where the button up shirt there? Yeah, you know, bring it. So if you left it. And you go on the mall, just go and buy one. Nah, watch them beat there, bro. So I can never bring one. When you bring a white shoes or black shoes. And what? Just white and black. What does it bring? Eh? White and black alone they bring, you see? White and black and the next mixture, bro. Can't have those two have a spear. No! But, alright, bro, listen. Man, the man I understand, bro. Me I tell, bro, listen, I serious thing me I tell you, bro. I say, since I'm going away, bro, I have my black pants, you know, bro. I'm a black shirt, you know, bro. But I feel like, say, oh, there's them little thing. Alright, stay there. Stay there. You feel like, say, oh, yo, we need a black shirt, I go rush. Oh, we need a black pants. I'm ready. I like pa. Never ready, man. Come bring up, bring you for get a black pants. You're never ready. You're late. You're never ready. I'm ready. I go like say I'm ready. You're not ready. I will tell him say I'm ready. I will stay ready. I like. If you have this spear, yeah. I told him I said I can't wear a button up. I can't wear a normal shirt. Man, want wear this normal gans. You're going to the restaurant, bro. You have to go when you go to the restaurant. Listen. Papi, wear this normal gans. You're going to the restaurant. People want to say, which thief is coming? People say, which thief is coming? Come in and cut off foot pants. Which thief is coming? Free him, yo. Every action, free him, yo. I want to.
Guys, I'm so sorry to pause the conversation. I'm gonna let it run, but the conversation again for me is so powerful that each time I listen to it, it's like I'm beaming with pride. Because maybe Kaheim Dixon will learn to appreciate that conversation much faster than a Richard King, because obviously Kaheim Dixon now plays for Charlton Athletic and he's here in England, so maybe he'll learn to appreciate the message. But you don't need to be a professional footballer or a professional athlete to listen to what Shamar Nicholson is saying and take it on board. Because as I said, it happens to me and I'm just a regular person. I'm not an athlete. I'm not famous. I am just a regular person going about my everyday business. And even I get the whole racial profiling, and I have to carry myself a certain way when I enter certain buildings. So again, you don't have to be a professional athlete to listen to the message coming from Boza to take it on board. It's a potent message, and I'm really pleased. I'm really proud that he's sat down and, as Chorus says there, guiding the youth. So if I haven't said it already, big up to Shamar Nicholson.
Mr. Stop them. Oh, my watch just gone and I'm alone, pa. Alright. I want to when I go, you're supposed to show them. Say, who is that? Who is that? You get me? Yeah. When I walk in, I'm supposed to say, who is that? Who is that? What's your name? Yeah, them are going to ask you your name and tell them your name and then them start searching up. Oh, he's a football player. And them see that's when they walk in and feel the present. You know what I mean there? Yeah. I don't joke. I don't boomerang thing. Well, I don't know how real thing you. I don't boomerang thing. You can't go in there. You cut off. You cut off with time. Boss league. Who? God. Who? God. Listen, you can't go in this cut off with time. You tell her, come on. Come on, tell brother. But there's a love excitement ever I tell you. No, I'm not preparing for the excitement, brother. You hear him? I'm not preparing for the world. Yes, I'm not preparing, bro. You love excitement, brother. You love too much excitement. The mistake I'm going to make, me know why you make. You hear me, bro? So take it tone, though. Go on. I'm a tone. It's like you want all over this so you hear what you talk about. Tone, though. I don't want to know what this more here. Okay?
Ouch. Ah, you know, so you go to England, you can't wear it. You know, last time, I'm going to England airport. And I have my sweat. I say, I travel, you know, I have my sweat on my head, you know. Them say, I have to take off my sweats, bro. Over my head. And laugh. Tell you, bro. Nah, they might go in like no sweats, alright. Go on to the restaurant and sweats. Go on to the restaurant and sweats. People have to say, grabber. People have to say, grabber. Your friend, you want to know some people look for you. You have to them and say, yo, boy, why do you look for me? I your dress code, bro. You look like a grabber. Yo, I like, bro. I like, bro. You can't go in there sweat too, bro. I like, alright, papi. Go on in there so when people are steer for you. I wonder what they want to steer for you for. You gonna feel like, oh, them know me. Oh, them people know me. They want to take a picture with me. And even if you look like a grabber, they must feel focused by you. They don't know when you're going to disappear. Call police, man. Tell the man that. Call this police when you see police come here. I wonder what you do. I wonder how you handcuff go up on your hand. Look like a grabber. You're going to have a look at policeman until they say, you know, it's a dress code. You can't dress like that here, bro. Yeah, bro. Take a look up over there and say, no, he's a good guy. He's a good Yeah. You get me? Keep on that, bro, like? That me I say, man, does mean that one. I mean, alright, I'm ID. Come on, man. This Julia, look at that. Look at that. See now go come on. See now come on. Officer, what me do? Officer, what me do? And your dress code make you get locked up. Go in and people close their sweat to the people must watch your things and grab your come for grab. Nice Reagan's one. Yeah, man, why you say that? But there's a Papi, listen. Papi, you're going to the restaurant. Listen, you know. Papi, you're going to the restaurant with him sweatsuit. You know, Papi, you're going to say, whoa. Them know me international. Yo, how them look for me, so? And even the people have to focus. When you step in the sweatsuit, you have to focus. You can grab this wallet here. You're a taker. Chef, I'm not comfortable. Can you call the police? That guy over there, I don't like the feature. I don't like the image. You speak it, KG. You know, come out by like. Yeah, justice. That would you, justice. I see with you, justice. And that would you. And that would you. Them bright, sue them youth. Justice now. Justice now. Which we know say by right. We know by right now. You can beat anything in the matter, you get me? Yeah, all marine you can beat going there. You get me? Because you can't judge book by the cover, you get me? Yeah. And that man show. Yeah, I tell him. This one day and this prison. Yeah. If I have this just code, you like? Look more and I go see him. Look more and I go see him. Real pop-up, eh? Sweat up. Sweat out here. You sweat? Want to sit down, I want to sit down and look for me. If them lock you up and they say the tears of joy, you know, they say real tears. It must be like a tears of joy. It must be like a tears of joy, real tears. When me fear shed these tears of joy, and me shed real tears, obviously leave him. Yeah, justice, love and money. Yeah, justice, the one. Justice, love handcuff. Yes. And justice, that same bingo. Justice, a bingo. This last suit, yeah. Why? Where say justice? Justice, where say? Plus this handcuff, yeah. Lord God. Handcuff in 5. Yes, Lord. Lord, bingo. Think I shower dry. Shower cabbage. This butter, yeah. I like. Yeah. Justice. I personally Justice, what you say? You think you're gonna make millions of football? You're gonna make it at the fast, you're gonna make a million, alright? Look at the park coming out in sweats. And it's nice, Jackass, yeah. And this handcuff oh, dear man. Yeah. This last suit, yeah. Happy rotten. Yeah. Yeah, just as the piece, no, just as the piece of the name in the dog. Justice in the youth. Them man know everything in the youth. You have to understand that in the youth. Yeah. Get lazy. Wait till the one work again, we play this football, have fun. The boys don't I keep this football, have fun, alright? Kingdom Marks, you know, call it jungle, say Marks. This kingdom what is so? Think of Prince. Think of Prince. Think of Prince. What you say? Think of Prince. King Debo, man. Don't know me and Kingdom apart. King and
Guys, sorry to pause the video. I'm going to let it play in a few seconds. Just a small request from myself. If you are tuning in and you haven't done so already, please do tap the like button. It's gone past 7 a.m. here in London. Trust me, I am tired, but I am committed to giving you guys those special content. And I think tonight is one of my most special live streams, a touching topic of conversation that deserves to be highlighted. Please do make it worth my time by kindly touching the like button. It does not cost you a penny. Please and thank you. Okay?
Papi apart, you know? Circle them in. They are chill with them. Me and them apart. Yeah. That is it. As long as I see a live going on youth, about 2 hours on a live in a dog. From everything to nothing. From everything to nothing. Yeah. One man go. What's that about? One's gonna take it serious. One's gonna take it serious, you know, because the Mexican right now. No, they're on live and everything there. Boy, you know, say man a video with. You know how to tell me. You know how to tell me and use style when them see my journalist and put them phone. So. I don't watch him. I don't watch him. I either hear more, hear something. I don't see him. If I'm asking my name, I don't see him. I'm going to tell him Richard King. Richard King, you want to tell him, man? Set up this King and say, I tell you. Oh, you know, remind me, you remember Bashment and Tubby then? Man, set up Tubby. Girl asked me name, my name is Tubby. You feel like the man him know Tubby, I feel like I'm going to do. Man, I use this King here. A man come here about King, so King, I wonder, where are you? Where are you? Richard King, now you do the interview. King don't know, what him do? Man, them kidnap King for nothing. Because Papi use King name. Can't find King. I wonder why we can't find King here for the show. Papi. King over Mexico. Can't King cross the border. Jesus Christ. Can't King cross the border and hold King hostage. Oh, tell him to give her the game. Tell him to give her the game. King wonder, wow, what is doing now? Always come down, but when the man tell him say, It's not you the one yesterday was walking with the next guy, Shamar Nicholson. Then King go start things say, oh, Papi. I can kill Papi. Wait, ah, God, man. Boy, skip on off work, cute. They on this live, I'll use keep a comment them that I done if you have 50 already. You see live and can't comment, okay? Now I use a comment them wisely, you know, there's a dash out comments of you. Yeah, security them active. Right now, if you go up on the floor right now, security see what them tell you that. If you move a security.
Does a bet $100 say nearly go for the big fat pack. Must say man need you.
Man, what security you tell you that. Yo, big up on yourself again, you hear that? Big up. Yeah. Papi say big up on yourself too, and King say big up on yourself. King say big up jungle. Yeah, jungle is king. Neighbor that man. Hey boy Dino. Hey boy Dino. Valaba. Fanta girl. And a boomerang, man. And a boomerang thing, man. You know that, man? Never boomerang, you know, man. Yeah. The youth them been there, man. What?
They take picture, they can't go and post it. They can't go and post it.
Yeah, man, take the picture them all.
They don't.
Picture them all like couldn't win. Picture them all like couldn't win. Picture them all, let me tell you, picture them all. You see picture them cool. You picture them and look upon them and say, wait. It's a fridge this.
Like Bobby, I wait for the game for the
My G! Fully in a youth, fully in a Dino, fully. Oh, tear without fear, man. Big up the whole France, you know, man. Tear, man. Big up the whole Clement foot. Man. You them been there on the long look, man. Agree. Yeah. Yeah. Me tell you, say, oh, me tell you, say, it's alive, yeah. The amount of scream record going on the live, yeah. See, I want to dance now, go on. You get about 3? No, I will tell me. When it's alive, yeah, press so scream record upon this. I tell you. Yeah. Never just when you say something for make this media, yeah. Shamar Nicholson said this. Richard King said this. Kaheim, Sleepy Joe said this. Be this and be that. Controversy. Yeah, you soon hear what women say. What them say, what me say, no. Yeah. I never what me say, I what them say, what me say. Yeah, but I be a love with spirit.
So that is the video there, guys, that I wanted to share with you all. Let me know if you can still hear me in the comment section. I think I've got maybe just call it maybe less than 7 minutes with you guys. I don't even think I need 7 minutes, but I got some additional minutes with you guys to round it off to the 1 hour. So yeah, life is tough overseas, even for those professional athletes who leave their beautiful country. Good day, Mr. McGregor. Good to have you there in the comment section. Life is tough overseas, guys. When you leave your beautiful country and you come over and you're an immigrant, life of an immigrant is not easy. We have to deal with your everyday casual racism. Some people talk about driving while black. Some of us experience dining while black, which is what Shamar Nicholson was sharing with Dixon and also King as well. And for some of us, it's as simple as walking into your local supermarkets and also and subsequently being racially profiled. As I said, I've experienced it. It's not nice. It's not pretty. So I do appreciate the message that was shared there by Shamar Nicholson. It was completely unselfish of him. He didn't have to do it. I'm sure he wasn't instructed to share his lived experiences, but that's what a good, clean, kind-hearted person does. They try to look out for the next generation, and I'm pretty safe to say that those young lads there within the senior men's Reggae Boy setup do look at Shamar Nicholson as that big brother, because he's doing the big brother duties. I don't know if you guys want me to come back. I can see if I can find some pictures to share with you guys. Hold on there, guys. I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of what Nicholson and also maybe King didn't actually go out to dinner. I don't know if you guys caught on to the first part of their conversation. They were actually planning on going out to eat, but it seems as if the young King wasn't prepared on that occasion. I don't think he had the right attire. Maybe somewhere later on in the evening he did, but I'll tell you who looked the part though. That is Boza and Dixon. I'm gonna let you guys look at how they dressed on that particular night there. I think they went out to eat. Don't know what restaurant they went out to. I don't know, maybe steak, if I can remember correctly. But anyways, they were sharp, clean like a whistle. I'm gonna see if I can share those pictures there with you guys. Hold on, bear with me. Let's see, how do I do this now? Let's see if I can share some pictures with you guys. Outfit is a 10 out of 10, if you don't mind me saying so. I do hope I can share these images. Okay, looks like I can. Give me a couple more seconds there, guys, and I'll share the pictures with you, okay? Have a look at your boys. From now on, I'm calling them Big Bro. Little Bro, Big Bro. That's kind of my name for these two. So have a look at them, okay? What are you guys saying in the comments section? You guys feeling the outfit? Let me go ahead and remove the video from behind, and let's go ahead and how do I do this? Okay. So that's how they looked, guys. Clean. As I said, I don't think sometimes when you're black, I don't think even dressing the part is good enough to stop us from being racially profiled. Don't think that's going to stop the racist, because if you're racist, you're racist. If anything, you're searching for an excuse to carry out your racism. But I think sometimes it does help. Just to take the eyes off you. Definitely can't be walking into certain establishments with your marina and your cut-off foot pants and your Clarks. You should be able to, but unfortunately, in this world, it's just not going to be seen as acceptable. It's going to be frowned upon, and you will find yourself feeling embarrassed when you shouldn't even have to be embarrassed. But that's the world we live in. So again, those of you out there who perhaps don't know what life overseas is like, because maybe you haven't been able to leave the shores of Jamaica just yet. You never know what the future holds. There's a glimpse of what we all have to put up with, even if you're a woman. Unfortunately, the racists don't discriminate. We all get treated equally the same in that regard. I've got maybe 2 more minutes remaining with you guys, and then I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I actually wanted to make this live stream about 40 minutes max, so I've actually gone over my time. I have a second part of my live stream that I wanted to touch on, but I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm going to leave that for another live stream because it's not as heartwarming and as positive as tonight's topic of conversation. And I don't really want to taint the live stream by talking about something that is so negative. I want to leave tonight's live stream as it is. I want to give Mr. Nicholson all the flowers in the world. place the flowers firmly at his feet. As I've said on so many live streams, I'm a firm believer in giving people their flowers while they're still here, alive in the flesh. I hate this habit that we have as human beings where we only ever give people their flowers, literally hand them their flowers when they're no longer here. You show up to their funerals with flowers in your hands, but you couldn't give them their flowers when they were alive and well. I think it's a nasty habit. I don't think it's going away anytime soon, but I don't think it's one that I practice, or at least it's one that I try not to practice. I try to give people their flowers anywhere I can. You guys there are quiet in the comment section. I'm gonna go over my comment section for a couple seconds or so, and then I'm going to have to love you and leave you until possibly tomorrow, if not Sunday the latest.
The youth them been up on the long look and what.
I was being so slow just then. I was trying to remove some stuff off screen and I kept on bringing it back. So I believe that is that from me, guys. It's a Friday night and you guys are probably heading home from work. I hope you make it home safe and unharmed. I've checked the comment section and I think I've touched on everything. I don't think I've missed out on anyone's comments. My apologies if I have. Well, as I said earlier on in the live stream, if this was a Bukayo Saka and he was schooling a few of the young lions there, his words of encouragement, his wisdom, his lived experience would be headlines both in traditional and new media. So I'm disappointed to see that Shamar Nicholson isn't getting similar treatment. But I guess, as I said earlier on, if it was something toxic, then I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the headlines that way around. Unfortunately, it's just the way that we are as people. Hopefully, things will change in the future. But the change starts with you guys in the comment section. Unfortunately, whatever you guys sit and engage with and interact with, people will keep on putting it at your feet. People keep on putting it in your laps because they probably believe that that's what you guys want. If you guys stop and I'm not saying you guys specifically in my comment section, but just broadly speaking within our community, maybe if you guys stop entertaining certain negativity, then that will probably somewhere down the line die out. I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon, but perhaps somewhere in the near future it might just fade away. But that's just the way that I look at things. I don't know what you guys make of what I've said. I hope you guys can see the sense in tonight's live stream. And if you didn't appreciate Shamar Nicholson before tonight's live stream, I do hope that I've managed to curb your opinion. I'm not saying go out there and put Boza on your back or Nicholson on your back. Definitely not saying that. But what I am saying is put some respect on his name. Give him his flowers. He does deserve his flowers. And give him his big ups, because what he is doing, I'm sure he isn't prompted to school these guys. He's not being prompted to be their big brother. It's something that he's doing off his own back. So that does speak volumes as to who he is as a person, as a man as well. I'm liking it, and I hope I get to see more of it with the reggae boys, the young reggae boys that come through the ranks. Yeah, it's say it's an odd one, isn't it? Because even Nicholson said it himself that, alluding to what he said towards the end of that live stream there about obviously people are screen recording the conversation, and I kid you not, I don't know if this is the first time that you guys have seen that particular clip there, but I kid you not, if he had said something outrageous or controversial, he would have made headlines. Maybe not for, depending on the level of controversy, maybe not for traditional media, but most certainly for new media here within this YouTube Jamaica football community. He would have made headlines for whatever negativity he said. Thankfully, for his sake, it was all positives. But positivity doesn't grab the headlines, unfortunately. But I, for one, I am going to be giving people their flowers wherever I see fit. And I think that's me, guys. I think I've come to an end. Before I forget my manners, thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And if you have done that, then thank you so much. I appreciate your support each and every time. I've got another piece of content that I am currently working on. It's just a matter of delivery. I'm trying to stay away from pre-recorded stuff because I feel much better sitting in front of my live stream and speaking with you guys directly. When you do pre-recorded stuff, obviously the engagement is somewhat different. I'm always sitting in the comment section when I do my premieres, but I much prefer to sit here and speak with you guys face to face. So that's the reason why I'm holding back on pre-recorded content. I like the trend that you are doing. Thank you, thank you. You know, I mean, I usually do it with the reggae girls. I usually just do it with the reggae girls, but I've over the last maybe 2 years or so, I've deliberately stayed away from covering the reggae boys just because I find it to be so toxic and haunting, daunting, depressing, nothing good really. So wherever I see good, I like to give the players their credits. You know, I like to give them their flowers. Like Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey gets a lot of stick. He gets a lot of negative press. Some might say it's deserving. That is debatable or subjective. But when the young man's doing well, as he has been doing over the last couple of years with the Leon Bailey Foundation, I think we deserve to make a song and dance about that. Likewise with Shamar Nicholson playing the role of Big Brother and talking about such a touching subject as racism. I definitely think that he deserves his flowers as well. So I'll continue to do what I'm doing. And hopefully, I'm not saying people should copy me. I don't need no one to copy me, but hopefully it does help to curve the trajectory of our community. But I also think it's one thing me highlighting the good that the players are doing, but in terms of changing the overall toxic culture within our community, I think you guys as subscribers and the guys in the comment section, much of that change does actually weigh on your shoulders, because you're the ones that keep us relevant. And any YouTuber will tell you that it's you guys that keep us relevant. Yes, we have to give you guys the content, but if you guys are not engaging with it and liking and sharing it, we're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I saw on one of my videos that I did that some of you shared it 13 times on WhatsApp. And that was without me asking you guys to. I didn't expect anyone to share my content, but I saw that a particular video that I did was shared 13 times, which I appreciate it because it will, inevitably help to grow the channel. So thank you guys so much. Well, good question. So I put my live streams out between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. because I figure that is a time when you guys in Jamaica are making your way home from work. The majority of my audience are based in Jamaica and also across the pond in the United States and Canada, for example. So that's the reason why I go so late. I don't want to, but I have to cater to you guys. Please don't stop. I love your Leon Bailey highlight. I won't stop. It comes natural, you know, it comes natural. A lot of the times I actually just sit and keep my thoughts to myself. But as I said, the space is extremely negative at the moment. And I think when the guys and when the girls are doing good, give them their flowers, you know, even when it comes to the Jamaica Football Federation, when they're wrong, they're wrong. But when they're doing good, give them their flowers. Like let's make things balance. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure when we're doing good as individuals, we want to receive our flowers, you know. So I just think that's the way that we should treat people. So for me, these type of contents, it just come natural. It's something that I just pick up on. I've had people in the past dating back from when I was at uni by my lecturers, and even people that I come across in the football industry, and they always say something that's quite similar to each other in the sense that they've always said that I have this third eye. And I'm really starting to believe it because a lot of the time when I sit in front of this screen and the microphone and I speak to you guys about certain stuff, especially when it comes to the reggae girls, I will get someone that calls me the following day and they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, how do I know what? They're like, how do you know that XYZ is going on? I'm observant. I watch. I don't need to like phone up a player or message a player or DM a player. Like I use that third eye. Maybe it's a gift, maybe it's something that I was born with. I think here is an example of me using that third eye, picking up on the good that Shamar Nicholson is doing and giving him his flowers. So yes, I'm not going to stop. Thank you guys for appreciating my hard work. Thank you for appreciating my uniqueness. I think that brings an end to my live stream there, guys. I've said this at least 5 times, and I'm going to have to love you and leave you because I'm actually hungry. So I don't know how many times I've told you guys that I'm hungry, but I'm hungry, so I'm going to go and get myself something to eat. So if I don't see you over the weekend, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I hope to see the majority of you tomorrow, if not on Sunday. Again, if you're out and about, I hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. And if you haven't hit the like button as of yet, I'm not sure what you're waiting on. Go ahead and hit the like button. It goes a long way. Yes, good morning. It is 1:32 a.m. I'm going to go and stuff my face. I'll eat for all of you guys in the comment section. How about that? Thank you guys for sitting with me for the best part of over an hour. I appreciate your support so much. Your support does not go unnoticed. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for your love. And you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.